gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On play action, Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. Now the ball comes loose, and the Texans scoop it, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Following the fumble recovery, Smith finds his man. It's John Mechie. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An out cut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Texans at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
The Smith's throw taken in by Ridley here, and he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Smith on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Texans. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them, but I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
43 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Nothing fancy there. A little smash-mouth football right up the gut on the dive, and it turns into a huge play.
You talk about the fastest way to the secondary. Right up the gut, as you described, and sprinted into the secondary for a long, long run.
On 1st down, Lawrence. That's going to be caught. It's Shenault. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's another 1st down as this time they get an even 20.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Now Lawrence to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian Kirk, his 2nd touchdown on the season. Lead. Ryan Santoso now for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown. And that now to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And Smith's throw completed to Mechie. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now it's Smith. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Now on 2nd and 13, Lawrence. And this one complete to Will Fuller. Touchdown, Jaguars. Will Fuller, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Santoso now for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Jaguars 14, Texans 3.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. taken at about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. After one, a 14-3 ball game. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Side blue. Quad red. 6, 7. Hut.
From the 31, Smith. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Caught left side by Mechie. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
52. Ready. Green jack. Ready.
From the red zone now, Smith. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Pierce. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
It's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Pierce. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Here we go.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Here's Pierce. Is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. So part of it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
Back.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence finds his man on the out route. It's Shenault.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Well, if you've got the defense laying back, maybe that option works. But if you're coming hard on 3rd down,
it doesn't work because you force the hand of the quarterback and the runner too quickly, and most of the time, unsuccessfully.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Are we ready?
they're going on 4th down. Lawrence.
And Ingram hauls it in.
And he is going to have the Jaguars first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Over the dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8.
Now Lawrence. Lawrence hit and the ball is free.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Up and good for Santoso. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Red. Yellow. Smash. Red. Red. Cycle.
Now Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Man open downfield, it's Fuller.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pickup there at 22.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And some room to maneuver. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Trayvon Walker makes the tackle. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 2nd and 9, Smith. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Foyesade Oluokun.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Corner blitz that time by J.C. Horn, and he got home and dropped it.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Lawrence heads off, and Ryan Santoso, the field goal unit, on now for the Jacksonville field goal try.
Made us first. This now from 46 yards away.
Up and good for Santoso.
And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On 1st down, it's Smith.
Repeat of the last play, going to Mechie here.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Ready?
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Open man is Mechie, and he's got him. A huge play there for Houston. 41 yards.
Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
Yeah, and he's had a heck of a game so far. Up over 100 yards receiving already. And it's not all been air yards as we saw right there. He's so good that when he gets space maneuver, he can often turn it into a big play after the catch.
On 1st down, Cottrell. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Cottrell. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Right 2.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Flush to his right. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Texans are back within a score.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken at the goal line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Robinson with another carry.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here we go, here we go.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Linval Joseph breaking free and dropping it. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. But he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2 is not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
To throw on 2nd and 6.
Lawrence.
And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. The Jaguars on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
And able to find Kirk complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Ready?
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. The Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Touchdown!
Laviska Shenault.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jaguars will add to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good from Santoso.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Real green. Black Ultra.
From the 50, it's Smith.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Smith.
He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 31-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Pierce now up the middle. And he's got it down to the 28.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Red. Red. Cycle. White. Ready.
Smith. Flushed out right.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Jags are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the 2nd half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for a 4-minute offense. And this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Jaguars.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Critical play in this football game is if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
It has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Taking it about the 16.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They got 29 yards that time.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. He's got a man complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Now Smith. Touchdown, Texans. Calvin Ridley, a 14-yard touchdown.
And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand. Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down.
And some space here. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Cross play to Robinson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get it behind the line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
Ready?
2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. That one looks like he'll throw here. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away.
They'll run with Robinson.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, so much for situational football because that's the absolute last thing you want to do when you're protecting a lead in the 4th quarter. Not only do you lose yardage, but you find a way to go out of bounds and stop the clock.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Again, it'll be Robinson.
A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Throwing now, Lawrence.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point up and good from Santoso.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
This fielded right at the goal line.
Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. Fortunately, he's able to recover himself, but the clock's still rolling here.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared.